Hi everybody. Anybody want to do some yoga? Hey Pat, hey Jim, hey Barbara. Just wondering if anybody would mind if we did some really gentle yoga today. Hey Mom. I'm wondering, Mom, if the storms were really bad. Kristen just sent me some photo that I haven't had a chance to look at, but apparently there were some bad storms where my family lives in Indiana. So hope everybody is okay up there. I assume since my mom found her computer and is watching, she's okay. So today's going to be pretty gentle, extra gentle, maybe lots of stuff on the floor and with the wall. So make sure that you have your mat close to the wall because I'm really, Jim, I want to do Snoozing Warrior also. I like that. Request for Snoozing Warrior. I like that. Snoozing Warrior. Okay, so, it's going to be a lot of snoozing today. So let's start laying down. Again, just use your own music if you got some. Somebody mentioned, Jody, that she can hear the ticking of my clock. So if that helps you with your breathing, that's fabulous. So let's just start laying down, some sort of comfortable position on the floor. Still not sure whether we're actually going to stand up or not. I don't know about you, but the last 4 weeks, I feel like I have worked out a ton more than I have, good morning, Marion, than I have in the last year. So I don't know whether to thank you guys or curse at you guys for making me do this. I think I'll thank you. So laying on down, palms on your belly. Let's keep your knees bent, but let's just bend or drop your knees into each other. So your feet are a little bit wider than your hips. Walk your shoulders down away from your ears. And just breathe. So if you want to fall asleep, that's fine. I will try to wake you up in a little less than an hour. But you're just going to try to concentrate on the rise and the fall of your belly with your breath. Trying to bring all that oxygen into your blood. And then trying to get rid of all that gunk and negative energy that builds up in your body with your exhale, letting it all go. On that next round of inhale, fill up your whole body again with all that good stuff. And exhale completely. So I feel like lately, when you're outside, you almost feel like you can't take a deep breath anymore. You're very cautious about your breathing and about how you breathe and when to breathe if you're around other people. You have your masks on and you're worried about your coughing and your sneezing. So when you're at your house, you should feel comfortable and safe to take those big, deep breaths. And you should be working on those big, deep breaths. Full, complete, deep inhales as much as you can when you feel safe to do so. So just try to block out all those outside thoughts and distractions. Try to feel safe on your yoga mat. Try to feel safe in your own home. Maybe that can be your mantra today, is that I feel safe. And then if you were looking for maybe a little bit more in your yoga practice today, maybe be comfortable with whatever it is that I'm going to do for you today, knowing that whatever you do is enough. So those are your two thoughts today, that I am safe and that I am enough, and that what I'm doing is enough. So let's bring your arms up over your head in a comfortable position. So if you've been doing the weight workouts with me, maybe your chest feels a little bit tighter, maybe those shoulders feel a little bit more sore than normal. So maybe your fingers don't come together, maybe you need to bend your elbows more. That would be totally normal. Those muscles in your chest and your shoulders get tight when we work them. So they tend to pull everything in. So just let your breath and gravity open up your upper body. Bring your knees up towards the ceiling. Stepping your feet back in line with your hips, and just drop your knees side to side. Just focusing on your breath. Just focusing on those thoughts. I am safe. I am enough. What I'm doing is enough. Let's drop those knees to your right side whenever you get there. Interlace your fingers and just reach your arms as far overhead as you can. Dropping that left knee down towards your right knee. And breathe. Every time you take an inhale breath, you should feel a deeper stretch on the left side of your body. Bring those knees up through center and drop them to the other side. Relax your elbows. And then reach your arms again away from you. Drop your right knee down towards your left. Breathe. And again, notice how your body stretches more on the inhale here. And then let's just pick up your right knee and let it drop open to the right, letting your left knee stay out to the side. Position your hips back towards the middle of your mat, letting your feet come together, your knees out to the side. Bend your elbows. Touch your thumbs together and your pointer fingers together. And just let those knees drop down to the sides of your mat. And breathe. Reclined Cobblers pose. One more breath. Bring those knees up to center, feet flat on the floor. Right leg is going to bend over your left in a big wide cross. Arms can do whatever feels comfortable. You can leave them out. You can put them maybe in a goal post. You're just going to let that right knee and leg move away from you, just using your leg muscles, your hips, to push that leg away without using your hand. Then just relax it back towards your chest. Then push it away again, just using your leg muscles. And then back in, relaxing, letting it push away, and relax. And then find something in between, and then just put your right foot on the left side of your body. So twist at your waist, and just look up. Arms again in that goalpost, 90-degree angle, just about. And just breathe. Feel that twist at your waist. Feel a really nice stretch of your outer thigh. Try to relax your left leg. Breathe. And try to use the strength of your core to bring those legs back through center, pressing down into your left foot, putting your right foot down, crossing your left leg over, big wide cross. Push that left leg away, and then relax it. Push it away again, and relax. 2 more times, just like that. Big deep breaths. Find something neutral, so right in between, and put your left leg, left foot on the right side of your mat. As always, notice the difference, right side, left side. Relax your right leg and breathe. Inhale and exhale. Let's come back to center. Let's put both feet down on the mat, and then let's slowly bring both knees into your chest. Probably not all the way in. And let's just move your legs, your legs around your hip joints, holding onto your legs, little circles, so that you can keep hold of those legs one direction. And then let's move in the opposite direction, trying to keep your spine on the mat the whole time around. And then let's bring the knees in, turn the feet around your ankle joints in one direction, and then opposite direction. And then let's extend your right leg straight along your mat, And then let's just make bigger circles with your left leg around that hip joint. So you can hold on to your leg if your arms reach, or your hands can go out at your side, and you can start just making that circle with your leg, using those quadricep muscles and your core to keep your upper body stable. Just moving your knee, making a circle around that ceiling. Let's go opposite direction. Eyes shut, deep breaths. Let's bring that knee into center. Give yourself a half of a hug. Hold behind the hamstrings, flex your foot. And then drop that knee over to the right. So a twist. Doesn't have to go all the way, maybe halfway. If you can get it all the way over, go ahead and do that. Left arm over to the side. Big breaths. Inhale. Use an exhale breath to come back to center, keeping the knee bent. We're just going to bring that knee out to the side. Your left leg or left foot is going to come next to your right leg so that you are in reclined tree pose. Your arms up overhead. Interlace your fingers and just reach your arms up overhead. And then relax your shoulders down your back. Letting that left knee drop out to the side. Flex your right foot. Push down through the heel, out through the hands. And then relax your upper body. Put both feet down on the floor. Drop your knees a couple of times, right side, left side. And then knees to center. Put your hands on your belly. And just notice how the right side feels versus the left side. Left hip versus the right hip. Then let's extend your left leg. Let's bring your right knee in. And let's start to make those circles around with your right leg. So same thing here, you can hold on to your leg. You can let go and start making bigger circles. Starting to engage your core. And then let's go the opposite direction. Make sure that you're breathing. Don't hold your breath. Two more times around. And then bring that knee in. Give yourself a little hug. Flex your foot. Big squeeze. Then drop that right leg over with the bent knee over to the left. Maybe it's just halfway. Maybe you go all the way over. You look up or to the right. Just up is fine. Inhale and exhale. And let's bring that leg up through center. Keep it bent. And let's drop that right leg open to the side. Put your right something. Oh, sorry about that. My little thing dropped down. Your right bottom of your foot to your left inner leg. Arms overhead. And then just reach out. I have my step over there on my wall and it just fell down with my leg just hit it. Big reach, reclined tree pose. Relax the shoulders though, even though you're reaching out. One more breath. And then relax that, bending your knees again, feet flat on the floor, hands at your belly. Just take a couple of deep breaths. Notice how your hips feel now. All right, you're just going to rock your knees to one side or the other and just push yourself up to a seated position. So any kind of position that feels comfortable for you. You can sit on a block if you want. You can put your legs out in front. You can cross your legs. Your palms are going to be up. Your eyes are going to be shut. And you're just going to shut your eyes. Your chin is down a little bit. Just quiet and still. And then just take your head over to one side. Bring it back up through center and over to the opposite side. And then just side to side on your own breath. Just noticing how your neck feels. And let's drop your chin down to your chest and roll your head around in a little half circle. And then back around the other way. And then just a couple of times, noticing how the back and the sides of your neck feel today. Notice any weird noises, sounds, cracks, pops, crinkles. Remembering that they're all normal unless they cause you pain. And as always, you're not doing anything today that causes you pain. And when your chin gets down to your chest, let's leave it there. Let's bring your hands back behind you, fingertips on the floor, push your chest forward, chin to your chest, look down, open up your chest, and breathe. One more big breath. Then bring your arms out in front, pull your shoulder blades apart, looking down. And just breathe. When you take an inhale breath, let's open up through your chest, through your shoulders. Pull the shoulder blades together. Come back down into seated cat. And then seated cow. Let's do that a couple more times. Really try to sit nice and tall. inhaling as you open and exhaling as you close. One more time. All right. And then your hands are going to be at your side. You're going to take your legs and move them over to the right so that you're just about right here. So this might not be as comfortable for a lot of us, which is perfectly fine. You just kind of adjust yourself where you need to be. Your right hand is going to be on your right lower leg to sort of make you nice and tall. Your left arm is going to reach up, and you're going to try your best to lean over to the right. So when I start to do this, weirdly enough, I get a little pull in my inner thigh, so I'm just going to try to adjust a little bit and just try to make that lateral lean. So it doesn't look like I'm leaning very far, but I definitely feel it in the left side. Try not to twist. Just lean, breathe. Adjust your legs however you need to so that you don't have any pain in your knees. Take one more breath. And then your left hand is going to go down to your left side, and you're going to come up onto your left knee, and you're going to bring your right arm up, and your right leg is going to go out to the side in gatekeeper. So you're going to push your hips forward, squeeze your glutes, and lift that arm up. So if you're somebody who just cannot deal with just a really gentle class, you want to lift that right leg up off the ground, feel free to do that. I'm going to leave mine right on the floor. But if you want to start working that outer thigh and glute a little bit, please feel free to do that. But pull your shoulder blades together. Squeeze your glutes, especially the left one. Open up through the hips. Push down into that left hand, lift up through your right. Take one more breath. Bring that right hand down. Sit down on your rear end, knees out in front, and just drop your knees side to side. And then we're going to do that on the other side. So it's going to feel different side to side. And if you thought one side was hard, the other side might be even harder. So again, you just do your best. You're going to bend both knees to the left. You're going to take your left hand on your left leg and try to get yourself as tall as you can. So this side is definitely harder for me because it's hard to bend this left knee. So right arm up. And try to lean over. So tall on an inhale, lean on an exhale. Inhale up, exhale lean. Breathe. 3 or 4 breaths. One more. Then your right hand goes down. Try to position yourself so that you're on your right knee, but not a lot of pressure on the knee because the hand's going to take the pressure. Then your core is going to lift you up. You're going to reach up through that left hand, press into your left leg. Again, if you want to lift the left leg off the mat, go ahead, but make sure that the chest stays open. You're squeezing your glutes. And you're reaching up. You either look up, look forward, or look down. Just about 4 or 5 breaths. Open up the whole front side of your body. Breathe. One more breath. That hand that's up in the air, you're just going to bring it down. You're going to push back into child's pose. So big toes come together, your knees go out just a little bit. You push back into your hips, your head goes down. You take 2 or 3 big breaths. If your feet start to cramp, that's totally normal. Just flex your feet, try to get rid of the cramp. And then from here, you're just going to bring your hips up a little bit, bring your knees back in line, and just bring your upper body forward, coming onto your quadricep muscles, looking up. Then you're just going to push right back into child's pose, and then you're going to inhale into your back bend. So however far your body lets you, and then exhale back into child's pose. Just on your own breath, inhaling, somebody's pulling you forward at your belly button and at the top of your head. Use your breath, inhaling forward, fingers nice and wide, exhaling as you go back. If you would rather come into up dog, so if you would rather come here, let's go back up into down dog first. So if you'd rather push up into down dog, which is going to look a little weird, so maybe you're going to have to walk your feet forward, and you'd rather come up into up dog where your thigh's off the ground and push back and forth here, you may do that. It's a little bit harder. It's going to create a little bit more heat in your body. So you decide. I'm going to stay with the lower level today because I know what I need today for sure. All right. Couple more times. All right, so you're going to come onto your hands and knees. So you can stay right where you are. I'm just going to face this way, just so maybe you can see a little bit better. So we're going to work on our balance and our shoulders and just have a little bit of fun today. So you're going to take from tabletop. So your knees are underneath your shoulders. And your hands are underneath your knees are underneath your hips, your hands underneath your shoulders. You're going to take your right hand and just walk it forward about 1 inch or 2. We're going to do thread the needle. So core nice and tight, pull that belly button in towards your spine. Take your left hand, turn your palm up so it's looking at your face, and then thread it underneath your right armpit so that you're going to twist. You're going to follow that hand. And you're going to lay down on your left ear and your left shoulder, doing your best. So if that doesn't work, maybe you put a blanket or a towel underneath your left shoulder. And you are welcome to stay right here. This is a great shoulder stretch for that left shoulder. Then some of you already know you have options. You can take the right arm and reach it up. You can put that right hand back down and take your right leg and lift it up in the air with those right fingers helping you balance. Or you can take your right hand and put it up in the air with your right leg up in the air. And you could fall over like I just did. But you want to try to keep your core nice and tight. And you want to try to balance. So do your best. Two or three more breaths. Slowly come out of that. Find your hands and knees again and take your left leg and just put it on the right side of your mat and just twist and look back at that left leg that's on the right side of your body. Breathe. Lengthen. Breathe, 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 breathe. All right, come back to center and we'll try thread the needle on the other side. Left hand walks forward a little bit, right palm underneath your left armpit, fall onto your right shoulder, right ear. And again, maybe you stay right here. You should feel a nice stretch because you're using the floor to help stretch that shoulder on the right. If you want to take your left leg, shoot it back. If you want to keep both knees on the ground and just extend the left arm up. If you want to do the leg and the arm. So get yourself balanced. Breathe. Find your focal point. And if you fall over, you should have enough on your back side to protect you. It should not hurt to fall. Your head's already down on the ground. Three more breaths. All right, come on back to center. Take your right leg, step it back to the left side. Turn your gaze and look at that back foot. Big deep breaths. One more breath. And then let's move to the wall. So if you have a strap or a towel, I would get that. So you have a little time. If you don't have it, you can go look for one. It could just be like a t-shirt or a pair of leggings or pants. Anything that's long enough to put over a foot. I'll move the camera over. So get your hips close to the wall. We've done this before, so just let me get this camera set up over here while you guys are getting your hips close to the wall. So you scoot your hips over and then you lay down and swing your legs up as close as you can. So my friend Debbie said, I don't want to put my dirty feet up on my clean white wall. So just put some socks on. Or you can actually do this on your bed. You don't have to have your feet and your heels resting on something. If you just want to put your legs up on your bed or a couch, you can do that instead. So you're going to take your strap or your towel, which of course I put too far away from me. So from legs up the wall, which I have to say is one of the best poses ever. Let's take your left foot, put the strap or towel on the balls of your feet. Try to have a nice straight leg. Flex the foot, push your heel up, push your hip down, and just breathe. So you can hold on with your left hand. You can bring your right arm overhead, nice and relaxed. You should feel a really nice stretch of your hamstrings and your calf muscles. And you just breathe. From here, you're just going to let that leg drop open to the left. So it's probably not going to touch the wall. And then your right leg is still on the wall. It's probably helping you a little bit. Sort of anchoring this leg down as that leg just falls down. Doesn't have to reach the floor. It's just however far it goes. Big deep breaths. Then come back to center. I want you to bend your knee out to the side, flex the foot, and sort of pull that down so you have this wide leg upside down lunge or wide knee. So that knee is out at a diagonal. Your right arm out to the side, opening up your inner thigh, your groin. Think about dropping your right hip down. Breathe. And then let's relax that and switch to the other side. So your right foot takes the strap. Hold on to the strap with your right hand. Straighten the right knee. Left arm can go up overhead. Push the heel up. Push the hip down. So actually feel the hip pushing down and the heel up. You're going to feel a difference in that hamstring area, in your calf. You're going to feel them lengthen. Feel a little bit more pull on those muscles. And then you just use your breath to relax. All right, let's let that right leg just drop open to the right. Your left arm can go out to the side. Your left leg still reaches up. Just notice how that right leg feels. Try to keep and push the left hip down or maybe even out towards the wall. And breathe. Keep your spine long. Keep your breath steady, even, and deep. Bring that back to center. Bend your knee, flex your foot. Your knee goes out to that diagonal a little bit. So wide knee, upside down lunge. Pushing that knee out and down, sort of like a half happy baby.
Bottom of your foot pressing up towards the ceiling, pushing the left hip down. Breathe. One more breath. Let's undo the strap. Put your right foot on the wall. Take your left leg, cross it in a big wide cross, and then see if you can start to bend your right knee to the point where it feels really good on your left glute area, outer thigh. Just using that wall and the bend of your right leg to help get a deeper stretch. You might feel a little tingle in your legs and your feet, a little bit of lightness, airiness. That's totally normal. Make sure you're pressing down and away through that tailbone, relaxing your shoulders. Let's switch. So start with a straight left leg, bend your right knee, and then just start to bend your left. And you can get a pretty darn good idea of the difference in your right side and your left side. How far can you bend your left knee versus the other side? And remember, you hold for a little while, then once it relaxes on that right hip and outer thigh, maybe you start to deepen. Use your breath, focusing on that outer thigh. Two or three more breaths. Coming back to center. Let's bring the bottoms of your feet together, your knees out to the side, and just push those knees and thighs towards the wall as you see about getting your heels closer to the floor with the bottoms of your feet together. So it is reclined Cobblers pose using the wall. So maybe you relax just a little bit on an inhale, and on an exhale, just press those legs away. One more breath. Give yourself a hug. See if you can drop your knees to the right, looking to the left. Bring your knees back to center. Drop them to the left. Look to the right. Come back to center, and then if you want, you can do your final relaxation with your legs up the wall, or you're welcome to just move away from the wall and lay flat on your mat. We're just going to be here for 2 or 3 minutes. We have very gentle class, so we don't need as much time in your final relaxation. Unless you want to take more time, then you are welcome to do it, but I will wake you up in 3 minutes. So as quiet and as still as you can be, concentrating on your breath, on the inhales and the exhales, quiet and still. All right, let's start to wiggle your fingers and wiggle your toes. Just slowly, gently waking yourself back up. If your legs are up the wall, just start moving slowly away from the wall. You can give yourself a big full body stretch wherever you're at. You can bend both knees and rock them side to side. You can find a side that feels good. Hang out there for a breath or two. And then slowly push yourself up to a seated position, where we'll all take a couple of breaths together. So maybe a big shoulder roll, and then we'll all inhale up, and a big ah as you exhale.
2 more times. Inhale. And 1 more time. Inhale. Thank you so much for joining me today. Namaste. I'll see you guys tomorrow for just a regular yoga class for all levels. We might use the ball, might use the chair. I'm not really sure. But thank you so much for joining me. See you guys again tomorrow. Have a great day. Bye-bye.